The door explodes inward. Before any human steps inside, the dog is already moving. No hesitation, no fear, no second thought. Its body is low to the ground, muscles tight, eyes locked forward. The room is dark. The air smells like dust, sweat, metal. Somewhere inside this space, there may be a weapon, a trap, a human waiting to kill. The dog does not know politics. It does not know borders. It does not know why this building matters. But it knows its job. This dog is a Belgian Malinois, and in modern warfare, it goes first. Not a pet. Never was. Most people think all dogs are the same. Friendly, loyal, playful. That idea dies the moment you meet a real military Malinois. This dog does not beg for attention. It does not wait to be told twice. It does not get distracted. When it locks onto a task, nothing breaks its focus. Gunfire? Explosions? Chaos? The Malinois does not panic. It activates. This is why elite military units around the world don't just prefer this dog, they depend on it. Why militaries needed a different kind of dog. For decades, the German Shepherd ruled military K9 units, strong, intelligent, loyal. But warfare changed. Cities replaced open fields, speed replaced size, precision replaced brute force. Modern combat demanded something new. A dog that could move faster than humans, think independently, obey instantly, work for hours without slowing down, handle stress without breaking. The German Shepherd was excellent. The Belgian Malinois was better suited. Not because it's stronger, but because it's sharper. Speed is survival. In combat, speed saves lives. The Belgian Malinois is lighter than a German Shepherd, more agile, more explosive. It can clear stairs in seconds, jump obstacles taller than itself, turn corners at full speed, change direction instantly. When a soldier sends a Malinois into a building, they are buying time. Time to analyze, time to react, time to survive. Every second the dog moves ahead is a second a human doesn't have to. The mindset that changes everything. Here is what separates the Malinois from most dogs. It doesn't wait for permission to think. A Malinois can be trained to search rooms on its own, identify threats, make decisions without direct commands, adapt when plans fail. In war, plans always fail. This dog doesn't freeze when something goes wrong. It adjusts. That mindset, the ability to work independently under pressure, is priceless. Pain doesn't stop the mission. This part makes people uncomfortable. But war is uncomfortable. Belgian Malinois are trained to continue working even when injured. Not because they feel no pain, but because their drive is stronger than fear. This is not cruelty. This is reality. A military dog may be the only thing standing between a squad and an ambush. If the dog stops, humans die. The Malinois doesn't stop. Why not just use technology? Drones exist, cameras exist, robots exist. So why still use dogs? Because dogs can. Smell what machines can't. Hear what sensors miss. Read human body language, detect stress, fear, and intent. A Belgian Malinois can smell explosives hidden underground. It can track a single human scent through crowded streets. It can tell the difference between an innocent person and someone about to attack. No machine does that reliably. Not yet. Trust is the real weapon. Soldiers trust their dogs with their lives. That trust is not emotional. It's earned. A Malinois will enter a room without hesitation, will hold a suspect without killing unless ordered, will disengage instantly on command, will protect its handler at any cost. In high-risk missions, this dog becomes another soldier, one that doesn't need sleep, one that doesn't argue, one that never betrays. The dog that changed modern warfare. After high-profile military operations began revealing the use of Belgian Malinois, everything changed. Special forces units around the world took notice. Soon, police tactical units followed, border security adopted them. Counter-terror teams replaced older breeds. The Malinois didn't just join the battlefield, it redefined it. But there's a dark truth. Here's what most videos won't tell you. This dog pays a price. It lives in constant readiness, constant stimulation, constant control. A Malinois without work becomes dangerous. This is why many fail as pets. They are not broken. They are unfinished weapons. What comes next? So how did this dog become like this? Who bred it? How is it trained? What makes its mind different from other dogs? And why do militaries say, "You don't own a Malinois, you manage one"? That's what we'll uncover next. How the Belgian Malinois was made for this long before gunfire, long before uniforms, long before war zones and helicopters. The Belgian Malinois already existed for work. Not comfort, not companionship. Work, born from demanding land. The story begins in Belgium, in harsh farmland, where only useful animals survived. Farmers didn't want pretty dogs. They didn't want gentle dogs. They wanted dogs that could think on their own, move fast for long hours, obey instantly, protect livestock without hesitation. Any dog that slowed down, any dog that disobeyed, any dog that broke under pressure, was removed from breeding. No emotions, no second chances, only performance mattered. This is where the Malinois mindset was born. Selective breeding, the uncomfortable truth. Here's something many people avoid saying. The Belgian Malinois is not an accident. It is the result of decades of ruthless selection. Breeders consistently chose dogs that showed extreme focus, high prey drive, strong nerves, low fear response, endless energy. Dogs that were too soft? Gone. Dogs that hesitated? Gone. Dogs that needed reassurance? Gone. What remained was a dog that thrived under pressure. Why this matters in war. In military environments, fear spreads fast. One mistake, one panic moment, 1 second of hesitation. Lives are lost. The Malinois does not react emotionally like most dogs. It reacts functionally. Noise does not scare it. Chaos does not confuse it. Pain does not shut it down. This is not training alone. This is genetics. The difference between intelligence and drive. Many dogs are intelligent, but intelligence without drive is useless in combat. The Belgian Malinois has both. It understands commands quickly. It wants to work constantly. This is why trainers say, you don't motivate a Malinois, you redirect it. The dog already wants action. Training simply gives that energy a direction. Early military testing. When militaries first began testing the Malinois, they didn't expect domination. They expected an alternative. What they got was a surprise. During trials, Malinois dogs learned commands faster, retained training longer, recovered from stress quicker, outperformed heavier breeds in endurance, showed less fear under live fire drills. Some trainers didn't trust it at first. The dog was too intense, too fast, too sharp. But the results couldn't be ignored. Why many dogs fail training? Here's a truth most people never hear. Most dogs wash out of military training, even Malinois, because training doesn't test obedience alone. It tests nerve strength, stress tolerance, recovery speed, focus under pressure, willingness to engage threats. A dog may perform perfectly, then fail the moment chaos enters. The Malinois doesn't break easily, but when one does, it is removed immediately. No sentiment. Stress is the filter. Military trainers deliberately stress dogs. Loud noises, unstable surfaces, crowded environments, sudden aggression. Not to be cruel, but to reveal weakness early. A Malinois that passes this stage becomes something rare. A dog that can function when everything is wrong. The relationship with the handler. This dog does not bond like a family pet. It bonds like a teammate. The handler is not just an owner. He is leader, partner, safety, point mission anchor. The Malinois reads its handler constantly. Breathing, body tension, voice tone. It knows when something is off before words are spoken. That connection saves lives. Why emotion is a liability. This will sound harsh, but emotion can get people killed. Military dogs are trained to engage without anger, release instantly, ignore emotional distractions, focus only on task completion. The Malinois excels here. It does not act out of rage, it acts out of clarity. A weapon that thinks. This is why soldiers say the Malinois is not equipment. Equipment breaks. This dog adapts. It reads the environment. It adjusts its movement. It makes decisions in real time, not because it's told to, but because it was bred to. The cost of this perfection. There is a cost. A Malinois without structure becomes destructive, aggressive, anxious, dangerous. This is why many end up abandoned, not because they are bad dogs, but because they are too much dog. What we haven't talked about yet. We've seen where the Malinois came from, why its genetics matter, how early selection shaped its mind. But we haven't touched the most important part, training for war itself. How do you teach a dog to clear rooms, detect bombs, track enemies, obey silently, fight without killing unnecessarily? That is where this story becomes even more intense. How you train a dog for war. You don't train a Belgian Malinois the way you train a normal dog. If you try, it fails. Or worse, it becomes dangerous. Military training does not start with tricks. It starts with control. Control before power. A Malinois has enormous drive. If that drive isn't controlled early, it turns into chaos. So trainers begin with one rule. The dog never decides when the work starts or stops. From the first day, food is earned, play is earned, movement is directed, focus is demanded. This teaches the dog one thing: discipline creates freedom. Building focus in chaos. Early training looks simple: sit, stay, recall. But it happens in impossible conditions. Loud noises, unstable floors, crowds, sudden movement. The dog learns to lock onto the handler's voice, even when everything else screams for attention. This is not obedience. This is mental conditioning. Gunfire. Training. Gunfire is introduced slowly, not to scare, but to normalize. At first, distant shots, soft pops, controlled sounds. Then, closer shots, multiple directions. Live fire exercises. The goal is not courage, it is indifference. A Malinois that ignores gunfire is far more dangerous than one that reacts to it. Why silence matters. Military dogs often work without barking. Noise gives away position. So Malinois are trained to signal silently, freeze on command, alert with body movement, not sound. A trained Malinois can find an enemy in total darkness and communicate without making a sound. That ability alone saves lives. Detection training. One of the Malinois' greatest weapons is its nose. Training teaches the dog to detect explosives, identify specific scents, ignore distractions. Work methodically. This is precision work. One mistake means death. The dog is rewarded not for speed, but for accuracy. Tracking humans. Human tracking is not about smell alone. The Malinois reads broken plants, disturbed ground-air movement, behavioral patterns. It learns how humans move when scared, how they hide, how they run. The dog doesn't chase blindly. It hunts intelligently. Bite work, the most misunderstood skill. This is the part people fear. But bite work is not about aggression. It's about control under violence. A Malinois is trained to bite on command, hold without tearing, release instantly, re-engage only when ordered. The dog does not attack out of anger. It acts like a switch. On, off, nothing in between. Testing. Under real stress. Before deployment, dogs are tested hard. Scenarios include simulated ambushes, screaming civilians, sudden explosions, confusing commands. Trainers watch closely. The moment fear overrides obedience, the dog fails. Most dogs never pass this stage. Why the Malinois keeps passing? Because stress doesn't confuse it. Stress sharpens it. Heart rate rises. Focus narrows. Energy channels forward. This is not learned. It's instinct. Trusting the dog. First, there are missions where the dog enters alone. Humans wait outside. Decisions are made by the animal. That level of trust is not given lightly. It is earned through failure after failure, and success after success. The first real deployment. A Malinois never forgets its first real mission. The smells are different. The fear is real. The danger is real. This is where many dogs break. The Malinois adapts. What happens? When training ends, training never truly ends. Every day reinforces control, focus, obedience. Trust, because a military dog cannot afford to have a bad day. The question. No one asks, what happens when the mission ends? What happens to a dog trained for war? When the war is over? That answer is harder than anything we've discussed. When training meets real war, training prepares the body. War tests the mind. For a Belgian Malinois, the first real mission is where everything becomes real. The smells, the fear, the unpredictability. No simulation fully prepares a dog for this moment. And yet, this is where the Malinois proves why it exists. The first step into the unknown. When a Malinois deploys for the first time, it doesn't understand strategy. It understands movement. It feels the tension in the handler's body. It hears the change in breathing. It senses danger before it's visible. The dog doesn't hesitate. Hesitation is not in its design. Urban combat. Where the Malinois dominates modern warfare happens in cities. Tight rooms, dark stairwells, hidden threats. This environment breaks most animals. The Malinois thrives here. It moves like liquid. Upstairs through narrow spaces, over debris, into confined rooms, speed and agility become survival. Room clearing, the dog goes first. This is one of the most dangerous tasks in combat. A Malinois is often sent ahead to detect hidden enemies, locate explosives, draw attention away from soldiers, force suspects to reveal themselves. This is not symbolic bravery, it is tactical necessity. A dog can absorb risk that humans cannot. Reading human intent. A Malinois doesn't just see people, it reads them. Micro-movements, body tension, breathing patterns. It can tell when someone is pretending to be calm. This ability is impossible to train fully. It's instinct refined by experience. When commands stop in real combat, communication fails. Noise, distance, confusion. Sometimes the handler cannot speak. A trained Malinois continues anyway. It works from intent, not words. This is why militaries value initiative in dogs. Explosive detection under fire. Imagine searching for explosives while bullets are flying. The Malinois does this. Slow, methodical, focused. Fear does not rush the process. Rushing kills, injuries and continuation. This is the hardest part to accept. Military Malinois often continue working after injury. Not because they don't feel pain, but because the mission overrides it. This trait saves lives. It also shortens theirs. Extraction and aftermath. After a mission, the dog doesn't celebrate. There is no relief. Its body stays alert. Its mind stays engaged. The Malinois is always ready for the next task. Why soldiers trust them more than machines. Machines fail. Batteries die. Signals drop. The Malinois adapts. It improvises. It continues. This reliability builds absolute trust. The emotional bond that isn't soft handlers love their dogs. But this bond is not emotional dependency. It is mutual respect. Each knows the other will perform. That understanding is powerful. The cost of repeated deployments. Repeated exposure to combat changes dogs. Some become sharper, some become quieter, some struggle. Yes, dogs experience stress too. This is rarely discussed. Retirement, the hardest mission. When a Malinois is retired, it doesn't understand why. The work stops. The purpose disappears. This transition can be difficult. Some dogs adjust. Some never fully do. The question that remains: why does this dog keep being chosen? Why not slow down? Why not choose something safer? Because in war, effectiveness beats comfort. And no dog is more effective. Why this dog stands alone. At some point, every discussion about the Belgian Malinois reaches the same question. If this dog is so good, why doesn't everyone own one? The answer reveals everything. The civilian problem. The Belgian Malinois does not understand boredom. Boredom feels like pain. In a civilian home, there is no mission, no structure, no constant demand. To a Malinois, this is torture. So the dog creates its own work, chewing walls, escaping yards, chasing shadows, guarding nothing. People call this bad behavior. It isn't. It's unused potential. Why training alone is not enough. Many people believe, if I train it well, I'll be fine. Training without purpose fails. A Malinois needs daily mental exhaustion, clear hierarchy, physical challenge, consistent direction. Miss one, and problems begin. This is why military and police handlers say, this breed is not aggressive, it's intense. Intensity without direction is chaos. The ethical debate. There is a quiet argument behind military dogs. Is it right to use animals in war? Some say no. Others say this. The Malinois was bred for work long before war existed. Removing purpose does not make the dog happier. It makes it lost. The ethical responsibility lies not in whether we use them, but how we care for them. Why militaries continue to choose the Malinois. Militaries choose this dog because it reduces human casualties. It adapts faster than technology. It works without hesitation. It obeys without fear. It performs when others fail. No emotional arguments beat these facts. War rewards results. The breed that replaced legend. German Shepherds didn't disappear, but they were no longer enough. The Malinois didn't replace them by force. It replaced them by performance. What makes this dog dangerous? Not its teeth, not its strength, its mind. A Malinois thinks independently, acts decisively, never stops seeking work. This is a gift in war, a disaster in the wrong hands. The final truth: the Belgian Malinois is not the best military dog because it is loyal. Many dogs are loyal. It is the best because it is. Relentless, clear-headed, purpose-driven, unbreakable under pressure. It does not need comfort. It needs a mission. Why this matters? As warfare evolves, technology will improve. But the Malinois remains, because no machine replaces instinct, adaptation, judgment, trust. This dog operates in the space between chaos and control. The line that defines the breed. Military handlers often say one sentence: this dog was never meant to be a pet. Not as an insult, as respect. The Belgian Malinois doesn't know it's special. It only knows one thing: work until the mission ends. And when the mission is life or death, that makes all the difference.